Hi, I'm Tschiesche, and today I'm going to make a cashew nut butter. You might have had peanut butter before, but this is cashew, made very similarly. I'm going to take 250 grams of cashew nuts, and in a food processor I'm going to whiz those up to a powder. So if you just bear with me for the noise, and here we go. Okay. I'll show you what I've done. I've basically whizzed up 250 grams of cashew nuts that were whole into a powder. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoonful of olive oil. There we go. Now you could add different kinds of cold pressed oils to this. You're not going to cook this or heat this in any way. So it's a good idea to use something that's going to give you some essential fats. So something like a walnut oil might work quite nicely, a cold pressed walnut oil, or something like a pumpkin seed or a sesame seed oil. Again, I'm just going to work with the texture here. So, right, and we're going to continue to add 1 tablespoonful of oil at a time until we get the texture right. It's personal preference, and this is going to create quite a smooth cashew nut butter. You can do this with other nuts as well, but one thing you might want to do if you prefer more of a crunchy consistency is keep some of those cashew nuts out and add them at the very end. You might want to chop them up into smaller pieces first, but add them at the very end so you get a more crunchy consistency alongside the smooth consistency. Let's have a little look, see how we're getting on. Right, we'll see that it's starting to mix together, but it's not quite as we'd want as a butter yet. So again, we're going to add another tablespoonful of oil. We won't add any salt yet, but we will add salt towards the end to give it a little bit of flavour, a little bit more flavour, and to work against the fat and the sweetness of the cashew nuts. You hear the sound changing there. And so it's starting to move into more of a butter consistency. So I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoonful of the oil in, and then I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and we'll see how we get on there. Okay. I'm going to scrape down the sides with my spatula to make sure that all of the nuts that are in there are hitting the blade at the bottom. And pop that to the side. I'm just using some sea salt here, so I'll just take quite a large pinch of sea salt and add that in to the nut butter. And we'll go for a last whiz. And we'll have a little look and see where we are. So here we go. We have a lovely consistency nut butter. That's exactly as you would expect to find your peanut butter. And what you can do with this is you can, excuse me, tasting it from the spoon, you can have it as it is. Delicious. Or you can put it into porridge, have it on toast, use it exactly as you would peanut butter, perhaps make a satay dish with it. Absolutely delicious.